Silver, at maximum power, and Burning Blaze saved the Earth and were rescued by Team Sonic in Sonic 5, the movie. Silver was running as fast as his worn-out body allowed him to escape. With no strength left, he used the last of his power to open a portal and reach another dimension. There we see him running, but the use of all his remaining energy took its toll. He collapsed, and after trying to rise, he fainted, losing consciousness to the point that his eyes rolled upward, turning completely white. At that moment, Blaze the cat, his mission partner, arrived to aid him, determined to prevent him from losing his life. Blaze grabbed Silver by the neck and, like Homer with Bart Simpson, shook him violently in an attempt to wake him, but it was more useless than the socks invented for iPhones. Even with his eyes completely white, Silver only groaned in pain while unconscious. Earlier, Silver had given all his power to rescue his beloved friend Blaze. In their dimension, they had been attacked by the mighty Iblis, whose incredible control over fire and earth had left their world completely destroyed. While Silver tried to save as many people as possible, Blaze, with her mastery of fire, confronted Iblis directly. Finding no other way to stop the fiery giant, she concentrated all her solar energy, her eyes turning into pure flames, and began absorbing Iblis's own energy. But this was an idea worse than lighting a match in a latrine, for Blaze began to overload with energy uncontrollably, to the point that her own body started to crack. Cornered against a rock, she watched everything collapse around her. At that moment, Silver arrived. Using all the energy he had left, he contained Iblis for a few seconds, which allowed him to open two portals, one to send all the people he had managed to save into another dimension, and another to escape together with Blaze, into whom he infused a portion of his energy so she could regain her strength. Then, remembering everything, Blaze decided to return the favor to her friend. By infusing him with a portion of her chaos energy, Silver began to recover. But while this was happening, Silver was dreaming in the form of a vision. In it, he was meditating to regain his abilities, since he had lost his powers. During that lapse, while powerless and unable to control them, the Earth was destroyed. When the vision ended, Silver awoke, his eyes returning to normal. Blaze, seeing him agitated and still extremely weakened, stepped away, plucked an apple from a tree, and gave it to him so he could regain his strength. She then asked him to tell her everything he had seen, for while Silver was dreaming and Blaze was trying to restore him with her power, Silver kept speaking in his sleep, repeating again and again the phrase, "The key to defeating Iblis is to surrender."
Hey you! Don't forget subscribe!
Please subscribe to our channel!
Subscribe now!
Blaze had no idea what Silver's words meant while he slept, and Silver himself only had vague memories of the dream. Worst of all, there was no time to sit and recall, for suddenly, behind them, the sky began to tear open into a crimson-red time-space rift, blazing like molten lava. Blaze immediately went on guard, igniting her hands with pyrokinesis. Silver tried to activate his power to defend himself as well, but realized that what he had dreamed was not just a dream. He could not use his powers at all. From the very start, everything spiraled out of control as a massive sphere of burning lava was expelled from the rift. Blaze split it in two without effort, but upon contact with her power, it absorbed almost all of her energy. Blaze collapsed, drained of strength, and above them came a second mass of burning lava 10 times larger than the first. But Silver would not leave his friend alone. Summoning strength from where there was none, he reactivated his power and created a psychokinetic shield to stop the massive sphere of burning lava. Yet Silver's power was still at rock bottom, and he could not withstand the immense force of the attack. The shield shattered within seconds, and both Silver and Blaze were hurled 50 meters away by the impact. Silver refused to remain idle. Using what little power he had left, he projected a field of psychokinetic energy over the lava wave to hold it back for a few seconds. In that brief window, he grabbed Blaze and fled as fast as his body allowed. Looking back, they realized the lava wave was beginning to recreate extremities, arms, and legs. Now they were certain Iblis had pursued them into this new dimension. Iblis had not yet reached his final form, but he was after Silver and Blaze, for they held the power to make him achieve it. Reaching a cliff, Silver and Blaze found themselves cornered, with no escape, as Iblis now spanned more than 10 kilometers in a massive wave of fire. Blaze, nearly drained and her flames almost extinguished, said to Silver, "I'm sorry, Silver, I can't go on. If it depends on my power, this is our end." At that very instant, Iblis hurled a colossal fireball at Blaze, striking her directly and stealing 87% of the power she had left, leaving her even more exhausted. But Silver would not surrender. Summoning his remaining strength, he created a massive shield with his psychokinesis, covering a radius of half a kilometer, surrounding himself and Blaze to protect her. But the power unleashed by Iblis was titanic. Little by little, the cliff was collapsing, leaving no room to escape. Worse still, Iblis began to control the very shield Silver had created, absorbing it into his body. The massive wave of lava and fire that spanned 10 kilometers condensed into a colossal titan nearly 100 meters tall. There we see Silver and Blaze, kneeling on the ground, watching Iblis advance to finish what he had once begun. With only 4% of his power left, Silver entered a trance once more, his eyes turning white again, but this time, not to fall unconscious. He remembered the dream he had while unconscious, in which he repeated the phrase, "The key to defeating Iblis is to surrender." Additionally, he recalled the final words missing from that phrase. Rising to his feet, he turned to Blaze and declared, "Now I know what we must do. We must surrender our power to him." Blaze could not understand Silver's reckless idea, but she had no choice: trust him or die. Silver explained, "If we surrender our power and reach absolute zero, while he drains our energy, we will be able to steal a portion of his own power. Before, this was impossible because our energy could not mix with his. But if we are emptied, then we can be filled with the power of the Sun God." Silver's hands began to shine, and he said to Blaze, "Give me yours." Joining hands, they concentrated the tiny fragment of energy they had left. But Iblis sensed it immediately and attacked, hurling a massive fireball like an asteroid. The explosion that followed drained their remaining power. But now, there was a great difference. As the massive cloud of debris cleared with a wave of power, we saw Blaze with her eyes blazing like fire, a new power awakening within her. Above her, Silver's quills glowed with streaks of molten lava, granting him the ability to mold fire almost at Iblis's level and boosting his psychokinetic strength by 340%. Burning Blaze and Silver at maximum power had been born. The two of them soared at full speed toward Iblis, and thus began the great final battle. Iblis attacked with enormous waves of fire, but now Silver's enhanced power allowed him to stop them. With Blaze's help, he returned the attacks back to Iblis, forcing the Titan to be struck by the only force that could truly harm him, his own power. But the mighty Iblis would not stand idle. Concentrating all his power into his right fist, he charged at Silver and Blaze. In response, the two combined all their strength in their Silver Max and Burning Blaze states, generating an explosion that devastated the entire area and transported each of them into a different dimension. Iblis's whereabouts became unknown. As for Silver and Blaze, they arrived in the Sonic universe in the year 2027. Minutes after their arrival, feeling their immense powers drastically diminishing, they were found and rescued by Team Sonic. Remember, this video is nothing more than a theory created by me, with much love, and only for the purpose of entertaining you. If you want more videos like this, please ask me in the comments, and I'll be bringing them to you soon.